Hello YouTube, welcome to another video. I've got quite a few that need making. Some strange reason whenever I start trying to do revision, YouTube pops up and I've got something to do or someone wanting a new video or a tag, which is fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. But this one is a video on Pesach, or Passover. I'm not sure if you're aware, but it is the Jewish festival of Passover right now. It is now the third day. Second night was last night. And while there are lots of things I like about Passover, it's part of my mother's heritage and my own traditions, there are lots of things I find objectionable, and I thought I'd share them with you. And well, it's really hard to know where to start with this. So I think I'll start, this is just a Haggadah, that means it's the story book that you use on a Passover dinner night to just tell the story. It's sort of your guidebook to it, and there are 4 questions within it. But I want to talk about the wicked child. It's 4 children, 4 questions: a wise one, a wicked one, a simple one, and one who can't ask a question. But the wicked child is the one who asks, what does this service mean to you? It says that is cutting yourself off from the rest of the society. It's a bit of cultural programming in there that if you cut yourself off, if you exclude yourself from the group, you're a wicked, evil person. And that's just one of the things that bothers me. It's part of the reason why it's so hard to stop describing yourself as a Jew, because it's mixed up with cultural identity and tribal identity and ethnicity. It's a very complex issue, and it's going to get its own video in its own right. I think the next one I'll go to is in the Haftarahs and Pesach, in Exodus. And I have my sister's copy here because I've left mine in Manchester. Exodus chapter 10 verse 20. This is concerning the plagues, which are a problem in their own right. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the children of Israel go. I'll say that again. The Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. God stops Pharaoh deciding to let the children of Israel go. And as Pharaoh on several other occasions hardens his own heart, and as God's omnipotent and controls everything, then God's hardening Pharaoh's heart all the time, particularly as he said explicitly that he does it once. So God really is showing off his chance to do the 10 plagues. And the 10 plagues are great fun. Let me read you them. Blood, frogs, lice, beasts, a plague upon the cattle, boils, hail, locusts, darkness, and this, as an eldest son, is my favourite: slaying of the firstborn. Not of the people actually doing the slavery, but merely all those who are firstborn, little kiddies, everything. Yeah, loving God for you. But one problem I have with this is that during the meal, so you're not rejoicing over people's misfortune, you drop a drop of wine for every time the plague is mentioned, for every time a curse, one of the 10 plagues of Egypt is mentioned. You spill a drop of wine. Always struck me as I never sat well with me. There, with the 10 plagues that God sent, and God's hardening Pharaoh's heart each time to not let the Israelites go, God's really just showing off his power. He's bullying people. He's not even letting them make the choice to submit to his will. He's actually just wanting to show his strong arm and outstretched hand. Strong hand and outstretched arm, I think it is actually, but he's just being a git. And now, the last one I really want to mention is, Judaism's all right as violence in religion goes. There's a hell of a lot of it, but it's all in the past. It's all what my ancestors did to a bunch of poor bastards in the name of God. There's very little what you see in Islam, for example, of fight now, or there's very little militancy in it, except for sort of the settlers in Israel, which is a whole other issue as well. But there's very little sort of verses saying, go and have a war. This is one of the very few bits where it's actually asking God to be. Yeah, I'll just read it. Pour out thy wrath upon the nations that do not know thee, and on the kingdoms that do not call on thy name, for they have devoured Yaakov, and laid waste to his dwelling place. Pour out thy indignation upon them, and let thy fierce anger overtake them. Pursue them with wrath and destroy them beneath the heavens of the Lord. Yeah. That never really struck me as very nice either. So there are lots of things I love about Passover. Haroset and maror is a really strange taste, horseradish and sweet appley goodness, but it's delicious, and eggs dipped in salt water, and it's just all sorts of cultural traditions and everything steeped in there. But I just wanted to get off my chest the stuff that really bothered me about it. So yeah, there you go. Bye, YouTube.